start my stream whenever I want. Nobody says anything to me. Nobody tells me what to do. Nobody tells me what to say except when they pay me to say stuff. It's on, we living in this bitch. Yeah, thank you, Atomic Thomas, for being a real faker for 43 months. Your nephew loves Undertale. So he liked the tail as under. Anyway. Hello, Andres, Ryan. Look, I understand. This isn't a civic holiday for most people, so nobody's gonna be here to watch me. But it's okay. Because I'm not fucking working today. But no videos being posted. Nothing's happening on that. We will be back in business on Tuesday. But like, no videos today. Because it's a civic holiday. And as a government employee, I don't have to work. Hello, TJ Tharp. Listening to this at work. Oh my god. Rebel. Anyway, where am I? Oh, I'm floating right over there. Reveal! Hello. Decided to go to a different pose today. A little less comfortable. But it's like, whatever. We up in this. That's right. I'm never giving up the game. So, I'm here to talk about everything I did on the weekend. I was mostly tired. Well, half of it I was tired. The other half I was tired, but like out. I rode trains. I know you're all so fucking jealous of all the trains I got to ride. Hello, Ghastly. Wizard Donkey. Everybody's so jealous of all the trains I got to go on. Just so fucking long. I took 5 trains. Oh my god. I forgot we still had that notification. Anyway, I took 5 trains, and you might think that doesn't really make sense for a journey to a place and back. It's because I took the bus and it was not good. Yeah, the trains stop running at like 6, but the buses, they run 24/7, and there's a billion different buses you could take. And I took a bad one. You're jealous? I knew you would be, Capybara. Oh yes, Train Coon, naturally. Before I discuss what happened at Dashcon, can I just say, I was witness to like some comedy movie level shenanigans on the bus home. Like, so like the thing is, people are traveling on buses. They'll drop their phones on the floor. It like ends up God knows where. That would never happen to me because I'm so careful and my phone is expensive and I would never let it fall ever. Okay, well, in the turmoil, trying to get onto the bus at like half to midnight, one dude's trying to figure out where he's sitting, and this woman sitting in front of me pipes up, and she's like, "Oh, you gotta check it on the app." And other people were like, "Oh, you can see it in your email." And she's like, "Oh no, but you can see how easily she lies with her forked tongue." What? I would never lose my phone. I've never lost a phone. Anyway, the woman starts going on about how, like, yeah, but you should really get the app. Apps are more convenient and they run better than web pages. Like, I don't know. She was very insistent that, like, because web browsers are updating all the time, they're unreliable. You should always just get the app instead. I always have the app on my phone. In fact, I have 2 phones. She's very insistent about that. She has 2 phones. I was like, okay. Well, you're kind of a little bit of an annoying personality, but whatever. So, a couple hours later, the bus has to stop because we were a little ahead of schedule, and they decided to refuel because the bus driver explained they're on very strict time restrictions, but like they can't like refuel in between like trips, so they had to go in the middle. At some point during the journey, that woman with the 2 phones lost one of her phones. And she's like freaking out about it. She's like, oh, my phone fell somewhere in the bus. And somehow she was sitting in the front. Like, there's a big window in the front. Somehow she managed to drop it like into the space between the window and the bus. I don't know how she managed this, but she's like freaking out about it. She's like, oh my god, my phone. And to be fair, I'd be freaking out about that too. But she had another phone. She had 2 phones on her. Like, she's freaking out, and she's like trying to like call customer service so that like they'll alert her when they manage to get the phone out of there whenever. And I'm just like, yeah, it sucks that you lost your phone, but you had 2 phones. You're using your second phone right now. I guess it's a good thing you had 2 phones. It's just such a bizarre situation. I was gonna guess someone stole it. No, she thought it had like fallen like somewhere like in between the 2nd floor and the 1st floor of the bus, but somehow it had fallen between the window and the bus itself and she couldn't reach it. Which is like, I feel bad, and like that'd be a nightmare scenario for me, certainly. But she had a 2nd phone and it was working fine. Guessing one is for work and one is for personal stuff. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, having 2 phones isn't unheard of. It was just such a ridiculous situation how she was going on about like how apps are like better than web pages and how she's got 2 phones and she takes tech very seriously, and then she lost one of her phones. She should get a 3rd phone so this doesn't happen again. Yeah, sorry, I've just been wanting to tell that story because it feels so absurd. It feels like a scene that would happen in like a bad comedy movie, right? There's just a character that's like obsessed with phones and then they lose the phone. Hello, Jacob. Lost it, where's Waldo? Yeah, I knew that was you. Show up as anonymous. You're like, oh yeah, I'm just like, nobody knows who I am. Looking for fake at Dashcon. Didn't find me. That's a Parks and Rec moment, yeah. Anyway. Dashcon. Yay. So, the earliest train, well, the earliest train was fucking late. Like, girl, I love taking the train, but their estimates are always wrong. I took the first train of the day, and it was already late. I don't know how they manage this. They're like, oh, like, I go to their train tracker, and they're like, oh, we're delayed because of speed restrictions put in by the rail line owner. And I'm like, if you know that you're not going to be able to go a certain speed, why don't you change your estimates? Like, you could just say the train is going to get there at 10:30 instead of 10. I'd believe you. Although it does, like, I guess, I know nobody cares about this, but I'm always thinking about logistics when I'm traveling and like the speed of things. You take the bus, there's a risk of getting caught in traffic depending on when you go, but like either way it takes 3 hours. But the train is more likely to be a consistent 3 hours because you don't get stopped by traffic, but also they're always late anyway. So it's like, I guess it's just a matter of comfort. I take the train, it's more expensive. Doesn't exactly get me there faster, but it is a train. It has Wi-Fi. That's very nice. I take the bus. I mean, it's okay. There's leg room, but the headrest is the most uncomfortable thing I've ever set the back of my head upon. I tried to sleep on the bus ride home, and my head started hurting because of how hard the headrest was. I don't know how that's even possible. Anyway, so Dashcon. Listen, whenever I go somewhere, the first thing I ever want to talk about is the travel time and the logistics of that. Because, honestly, it's the part that I worry the most about whenever I go anywhere. Just, am I going to be there on time? Am I going to get my seat on time? Is my phone going to break and then I don't want my ticket? I worry about travel so much, so often. But it all worked out, even though the train was like a half hour late. It doesn't matter, because I took the subway to Dashcon from there, and the subway comes every 5 minutes. Unfortunately, I got on going the wrong way. It should be easy, you know, like, this, the subway in Toronto, at least from Union Station, it's like in a U shape, so like, the Union Station is at the bottom of the U, and you can either go left or go right. I was supposed to go to the right, and I went left. Fortunately, because it is a subway system, you just get off at the next stop, run to the other side of the platform, and then go back the other way. Like, pretty much every time I got to a subway platform, the next train was like under a minute away. It's very convenient. It also makes me seethingly jealous. God damn it, I wish I lived in the city. When I was a youth, when I was a child, I was like, I wanna live in Toronto when I grow up. And then I learned how to drive. And then I realized I don't want to live in Toronto because I can't fucking drive. They're scary as hell. And now I'm older. I'm like, I want to fucking live in Toronto and take the subway every day. I want to take the subway everywhere. I want my Presto Pass. Toronto, take me into your arms. Told everyone in the virtual ball pit that you were late, and somebody said they'll ask if they can pause the con until you get there, but I'm pretty sure they were just trolling me. Okay. Dude, why did you tell the people that you were, like, expecting me? That's weird. What? Well, whatever. I don't really know how their system works. You didn't say my name. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, I got on the subway. I was surprised that it went outside. It's crazy. And then I got on another train that turned into a tram. And, yeah, from there, I don't know what it is, like the Aga Khan Museum or something like that. It's kind of a, I guess it's, I don't know what it's for. I do know on the way back they were having a wedding there and I might have crashed. Anyway, I walked 10 minutes to get to the Japanese Canadian Cultural Center. I believe that's what it's called. And after being in there, kind of hope that they, like, get a real convention center next year. Otherwise, I'm not going. I just... Look, it's in such an inconvenient location. Like, if you're not from Toronto, if you don't live in Toronto, it's Even if you live in Toronto, that's still like a half-hour train ride just to get there. It's in such an inconvenient location. They kept screwing up the audio? Yeah. Well, you know, I did get some ideas, like it's not great to keep moving platforms, like, I know that for sure. Definitely not going to be trying out cryptocurrency, like, that's obviously not as easily accessible here, and none of my audience, like, would really care for that anyway. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I did take photos of the various slides with links to different websites. I was very interested in that, like, Fujoshi Collective. And, yeah. So, like, she was saying a lot of things that I'm, like, vaguely aware of. I wasn't aware that, like, hypnosis is explicitly forbidden by a lot of banks, like, or payment processors in general. Like, that's specifically in the rules for a lot of places where content creators, like, sell their work, because the banks themselves are against it, which is very strange to me. Because it's not as though hypnosis is, like, that's not, like, a real thing. Like, you know, you can't just, like, actually, like, hypnotize somebody into doing stuff, right? This feels like more satanic panic bullshit. You crashed the wedding? I didn't go into the wedding exactly. I was running through the venue outside. And, when I got to the entrance that I had come through earlier in the day, it was blocked off by a rope. So I just, squeezed around it. And I was like, shit, this was a private party. Sorry. Nobody saw me, though. Hypnosis is real? Yeah, but not in the way of, like, where you can just, like, hypnotize a rando person into doing your bidding, like that snake in the Jungle Book. Like, it's a magic trick. That's not like a force that you need to be worried about IRL. They categorize it the same as CNC, yeah. But, like, they're very specific about that. Fake money would be lit. I don't even know, look, I don't have a crypto wallet. I don't understand how it works at all. I don't even know how you make a coin. Should have talked more about Chainsmoker Cat in the virtual ball pit. I think they would have kicked your ass, dude. No one has seen me. That's true. I was so sneaky. I was wearing all black. It didn't really help because I was wearing shorts and my legs are kind of pale, but whatever. Yeah, I think it was a very loud wedding. I think they'd been having it for, like, hours at that point, because when I went outside in the afternoon, take, like, a breather, I could hear, like, you know, the bass, like, whoop, 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 that kind of sound, and I didn't know where it was coming from, and then as I was leaving and heading towards that area, I was like, are they doing something? It was, like, very clearly a wedding. Like the after party of a wedding, you know. Had a bunch of clones of yourself walking around the convention. Like, I told you, I look like a lot of people. Just because there are cosplayers there does not mean I don't look like a lot of people there. 100% one of the billionaire evangelicals who's behind all this stumbled onto sissy hypnoporn and awoke something inside of him. Yeah. Did I get any cake from the wedding? I didn't go into the wedding. It was in, like, a separate tent. It was an enclosed space. I just walked around outside of it. I don't think anybody saw me. I think there was one guy working security, but I walked past him. Need someone to cosplay fake for the next Dashcon? Hey, if I get to, like, 100,000 subscribers by then, I'll cosplay myself. Don't know how I'll do the eyes, though. Oh, you know what? Actually, brilliant idea. Just, like, fake glasses. Just print the eyes on it. It's classic. Please say you'll finish the boat mystery this weekend. The weekend's over. I could probably finish it today once I get bored of talking about Dashcon. I'm sure everybody will get bored of that. I can cosplay you cosplaying Maui. Oof. To wear a mask of your own face, Neil Cicerega reference. They have contacts with designs. Yeah, but they're awful to wear. I bought one of them at a con like a decade ago, and they were awful. They were hashtag awful, super blurry, terrible to see through. It'd be hard to see. No. It's like, you know those Halloween like hoods where it'll be all black, but like it's sort of sheer so you can see through it, but nobody can see you. It's like that. Go as spy with your face as a mask. That's an underrated method of cosplay. I tried to sneak a photo of these guys that were doing it, but you know that cat from Animal Crossing? There was a dude who was just like in the gray suit that the cat wears, and he had like just a picture of the cat's face like tied to his head, like sideways. Yeah, Raymond. Am I okay? I'm floating in space. I'm recovering. I've got con sickness. No, I don't. I'm really glad I didn't get sick. There were a lot of people wearing masks at Dashcon, which was lovely, actually. It's kind of a rare sight these days. You don't see a lot of people wearing masks anymore, but a lot of people on Tumblr do have chronic illnesses, so it's not too surprising. I was Mr. Antenna's TV time. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I dipped out of that like 20 minutes in. Like, I can't deny the cosplay of Fun Gang and Antenna. Bird just flew by my window. The cosplays were incredible. They were unbelievable. Like, really great cosplays. But I got kind of overwhelmed. Like, obviously it was a big crowd, and I couldn't understand what they were saying. I don't know if it was like the mic quality or whatever, but I could barely make out what they were saying, and it was just like kind of confusing for me. Plus, I found Tenna's voice to be like a little bit annoying, so I dipped out and went to the Haruhi panel instead. Which was fine, you know. I like some fandom history. Did I see the Voltron panel? No, I never watched Voltron. Do you remember to turn on voice clips in the menu? Wrong chapter. I made a Dante cosplayer? No, but I met a lot of other cosplayers. Obviously, there was Alba from Dramatical Murder. I missed the cosplay contest, so I didn't get photos of a bunch of them, but you could probably find them online. Like, we've got, at the adult censorship panel, I was in line next to a Bill Cipher cosplayer. That was pretty cool. Let's see, who else? Just like a couple of Nagitos, so many Fujoshi Mikus. Just, I guess it checks out, you know. There might have been an Ego Renegade Boy, Len in there somewhere, yeah. But yeah, so many Fujoshi Mikus. There were so many. There was even one on the train there. I was at the train station, and this girl walks in, and the first thing I notice is that her skirt is ridiculously short, like insanely. I was like, whoa, You really want to wear that for a train ride? But then I noticed, like, it's sort of like a schoolgirl uniform she's wearing, but like weird, and I was like, is that a cosplayer? And I'm thinking, she might be going to Dashcon. And then when I got off the train, I saw her again, and she was wearing a Hatsune Miku wig, and I was like, I fucking knew it, you're going to Dashcon. Still though, like, yes, in the video, Miku has like a very short skirt for a schoolgirl, but I feel like that'd just be uncomfortable to wear on a train. You want to wear comfy clothes for a train ride. That's why I was wearing shorts. And my super cool collar pins. Did you guys see the picture of my super cool collar pins? Pretty badass. Pretty cool. Yeah, who else was cosplaying? Yeah, surprisingly, I didn't see that many furries. I think I saw one, but I don't think you would see like full fursuiters there because it's kind of a cramped space and it was like kind of hot in there. Oh, thank you, Cabba Bear, for being a real faker for 57 months as a sentencer. Facing a girl wearing round glasses in a school uniform, I know what you are. She wasn't even wearing the glasses is the thing. I just saw her like wearing like a schoolgirl type outfit, and I was like, that's odd. Triangle Bill Cipher? No. Canon. Wait, there's a canon human Bill Cipher? I don't know. It was the Tumblr fandom human Bill Cipher. That is yellow suit, which they apparently made themselves. They mentioned that they work at a tailoring place, and they made the suit themselves. I mean, obviously they drew like the bricks on with, I think they're bricks, like, you know, the lines with marker. But they had like nice makeup. They had a little hat. Very good. Lots of talented cosplayers. Also a lot of people that, this isn't exactly related to the Fujoshi Miku that was on the same train as me, but a lot of people with their asses out. Like, it was just like a couple of cosplayers and like people wearing like weirdly skimpy outfits, but I don't want to sound like a prude, but I feel like if you're gonna be sitting on like random chairs in a convention center all day, cover your ass. Like, there was one girl in like a demon cosplay that was basically just like a bikini with a thong. Like, it's like you're putting your bare ass on these seats and other people are like gonna be sitting there after you. That's kind of gross. Like, there was another girl who was wearing a skirt that was held together with safety pins. I don't even know if she was cosplaying anybody. I think that was just her fit. It was held together with safety pins and was not covering her at all. Like, one, you're gonna sit down on those safety pins, and two, cover your ass. Anyone cosplaying Neil the Seal? No. I'm sure there were like specific animal cosplayers. God, it's all a blur. It was a big day, you know? There were, of course, a Lolita girls. You know, it's what better time to show off your fab coord than at Dashcon. Like, I actually like recognized one of the dresses the girl was wearing. I was like, I've seen that on Tumblr before. So fancy. I paid a lot for that dress. What did I wear at the con? Well, you can see it in the thumbnail. I got my picture taken in the ball pit. Just one, though. I wasn't really sure what pose I want to go with, so I was just like, I'll just pretend that I'm, like, dead in there. So it worked out. But yeah, my outfit, I wanted to look kind of cool, but also comfortable. So I wore my shorts with the many pockets, because if you're going to a convention, you do want a lot of pockets. And I wore my skull button up with the skulls, and my super cool collar pins I got from Crimson Chains, that pre-order thing. Put that on. I actually got a few compliments on my collar pins. People noticed. That's real. I also wore like a tank top under it just in case it got too warm and I had to take it off, but I didn't. Also, I put my hair into pigtails because I wanted to look nice, and that's pretty much the only hairstyle I know how to do that isn't a ponytail. But they were too tight, so I had to take them out after a few hours. I could feel myself. See, I'm very sensitive, unfortunately, as much as I would like to have my hair done in fancy ways and like tie it up all nice. Whenever I feel my hair being tied back, after a while I get like headaches and nauseous if I have my hair tied back for too long, and I kind of forgot that. So yeah, at some point I was just like, I gotta take my hair out of these pigtails because I'm getting a headache. I also had like a very cute heart barrette. It's like a bunch of hearts in a line. I stuck that in my hair, but I took it off when I took my pigtails out. And finally, the shoes. Did something unwise with the shoes. I'm gonna be quite plain with you all, and I don't recommend doing this. So like, obviously, I wanted to wear my tumbler shoelaces, and the shoes that have my tumbler shoelaces are like these really cute pink and black skater shoes. But like, they're a little bit not super great to wear. And like, they're a little too tight. So I got like kind of tired walking around in them, and then my feet hurt. So like, the shoes were the drip, but I wouldn't recommend it. Yes, the tumbler shoelace is the one I stole from the president. And whilst I was at the convention, I bought the Dashcon 2 shoelaces. They were selling them at the merch table. Like, they had the online order, but I'm like, I can just get them while I'm there, and I did. I also bought a pin. Anyway, I should have just worn my good shoes. Probably would have gotten more compliments on them too, because they're just rainbow shoes with rainbow shoelaces. I think that would have really stuck out. But it's fine. Now I have my Dashcon shoelaces, so everybody will know me. They'll know that I was there. And I like Tumblr adjacent things. So yeah. I got there kind of late, because, you know, the train was late. And I was fine with that because it was going to be a long day anyway. And the first panel I went to was the vanilla extract panel, which didn't really have a description, but it was pretty much full anyway, because like, who the hell wasn't going to go to the vanilla extract panel, am I right? But it was a couple of scientists from America, and they were doing food experiments. They were actual scientists, by the way. They like went to university and shit. And they were recreating various Tumblr recipes, such as Oreo with a pepperoni in it, and bread made with Gatorade, and some sort of milk that was like spoiled. Because, like, you take soda water and you mix it with instant milk and it clumps and it's bad. I make longer ASMR. I mean... Okay, so... This is something I'm considering. I'm not sure of it. But, you know... I went to the OSP panel, you know, the Overly Sarcastic Productions. They were there. And they were talking about how they're doing a chill year this year and releasing videos every 2 weeks instead of every week. And they were talking about how, like, you can survive doing, like, different things with your YouTube channel. And Red specifically talked about how in order to be creative, you have to, like, consume creativity. Like, she's talking about how she run out of ideas and then she would, like, binge a show in 48 hours and then be full of ideas. And I guess that's good advice. Like, yeah, I should read more. I meet Doug Walker. He wasn't there. This isn't Con Bravo. They're never gonna do Con Bravo again. I was so young and naive at Con Bravo. I was like, yes, it's totally worth it waiting 2 hours in line to get James Rolfe's autograph. Yeah, they had legitimately good advice, but I dipped out halfway through the panel because they only had like a 20-minute presentation lined up, and then the last hour was Q&A, and I didn't really care about that. But yeah, they had some interesting things to say. It was very fun. And they were there at the end when Robespierre got beheaded. So yeah. I wonder, you know, if the convention has grown. They did 2 days this year instead of 1. I don't think they'd ever agree to it. Do you think, like, if they invited Dan and Phil, they'd come? They probably wouldn't, right? Just for their own safety. There were Dan and Phil cosplayers, though. Yeah, anyway, to my point of what I heard from OSP, like, maybe I could make less videos a week, but I don't know if that would be, like, good for me monetarily, you know? The only reason I make money is because I do this content farm style. Fight Matt and Trey Parker, the South Park guys, they'd get murdered. Are those the South Park guys? Or am I thinking of other people? Maybe I'm wrong. Or was it? I actually don't know. YouTube would probably be pissed, but you do you. Well, that's another thing that Red pointed out. Like, the algorithm doesn't necessarily, like, punish you for that. Or, like, to be creating, like, some, like, a channel where, yeah, people will lose interest, but then, like, come back years later. It is a South Park guy. Yeah, they get murdered. Like, you could talk about, like, South Park Yaoi and all that, but a lot of users have really turned on it. Many videos a week is kind of your thing. Yeah. Alright. I watched Project Hail Mary. Oh yeah, there were a lot of Rylan Grace cosplayers there. One of them even had, like, a big Rocky plushie. That was super cute. Like, I kind of forgot about that. There was also, you know, Iron Lung Markiplier cosplayers for that too. Just as they come up, I'll remember them, I'm sure. Of course, there were several Haruhi cosplayers. They were running the panel on that. Yeah. Also, Shitpost Calligrapher was there, but they weren't doing like a panel or anything. They were just selling their wares. I didn't buy anything from them though, because like I've already bought one of their stickers before, and I don't really like need any calligraphy art in my home, so I didn't buy anything. Any Backrooms cosplayers? Not that I noticed, but I mean, it would be kind of hard to tell if anybody's cosplaying Backrooms unless they're like doing something from memes, because you know, the main characters from Backrooms are just regular people. Oh yeah, Captain Clark. I forgot about Captain Clark. No, I didn't see any Captain Clarks. I don't believe they were there. Was there Has-Been Hotel stuff there? There were stickers. Like, in the dealer's hall, which closed down for 2 fucking hours in the middle of the day without warning, they were selling, you know, stickers, art. You could find it in there. But I don't think I saw anybody cosplaying those characters. Because, like, while Has-Been Hotel is popular, it's, like, also controversial on Tumblr, so... I did expect to see at least one Alistair, but maybe I missed him. Tato cosplays, yes. There was Birdbrain Tato, and I don't think I saw another one. I did see, there was Miku, obviously there was Miku, but there was also AO3 Miku, which is just Miku with red hair, and like a backpack with the AO3 logos. Well, not the logos, you know, the letters. Someone should cosplay as the yellow Backrooms wallpaper. What did I buy there? Oh yeah, I went all out. You know, I took some cash out of an ATM before I went there, because I was like, oh yes, Artist Alley, they're probably, we gotta have cash. But basically all of them had those little tap things, so it felt kind of pointless, but, you know, at least if I hand them cash, I don't have to pay a fee, whatever. So, yeah, I decided to go all out and buy as much stuff as I wanted. I didn't want as much stuff as I thought I would, but I bought some sticker sheets, I bought charms, I bought an Ebe lanyard, a Yume Nikki art print. Or was it Yume Nikki? Yeah, it is. That one game. I would cosplay Captain Clark, but I'm white, so I don't know about that one. Yeah, that might be a little bit iffy. I mean, I'm not saying it'd be problematic, but people might judge you. Fake stole cash from an ATM. You know, I do have a bank account. Bet my ass there were multiple Ato cosplays? I don't know. Don't know what any of those guys look like. The only Ensemble Stars cosplayers there, though, were Trickstar. Which is like... I'm trying not to be an asshole because, like, they did fine. They were in the talent show. They did a couple of duets together, and then they did the full Trickstar lineup. And their dancing wasn't, like, great, but you could tell they were trying. It's just I'm biased against Trickstar because they're so fucking boring. They're the worst characters in the game. You watch the Backrooms? I thought it was good. I'm glad that, like, they came up with a unique idea for what monsters are in there. Like, Still Life's genuinely a good idea. I see any Norwegian Mikus? No, but, fuck, I can't remember what country she was from. Bangladesh? I can't remember. It was, you know, one of those international Mikus. She was wearing, like, a sort of different outfit, but I don't remember where she was from. Yeah. There was also... I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure the guy was dressed as like gender bent Brazilian Miku. That's what it looked like to me. Didn't see any like standard Brazilian Miku, because yeah. Anyway, the talent show was pretty good. They had a... I didn't see these two anywhere else in the convention, just up on that stage. It was Leon and Ada doing Trap for You from OnStars. I was like, damn. That's supposed to be a bit gayer, but I guess I don't mind. Norwegian Miku is just Erling Haaland in a Miku cosplay? Okay. Sure that means something to somebody. Should have gone up when Yan left. I don't know. I didn't even know they were putting it on. Like, there were a few communication issues, not least of which with the dealer's hall, but I don't know. There were some corrections in the schedule. I didn't see listings for the talent show like anywhere. Don't have Miku Twitter. It's not a thing. Like, why would I want to use Twitter? I think... Oh yeah. Somebody linked to Twitter because they've got like new official artwork of Ronaldo and Drawluke looking beachy as fuck. And it's like... It's more promo material that's linked to Vampire Dies in No Time 2, which is the second season. But that shit came out years ago at this point, man. Make a third season already. It's not as though there isn't material to work with. The manga's got like 500 chapters. Ugh. What the fuck? Stop messaging me. You used to call me on my cell phone. Anyway, what other... I'm gonna have to look at like the schedule to like remind myself where I was on the day of, on the scene of the crime. Let's see. You know, another thing I don't like is that they waited until, like, I don't know, less than a month before the con, like, they waited, like, less than a month before the con to start announcing the schedule, which I feel like that should have been set in stone way sooner so that people could plot their trips out better, because it's just, like, I don't know if I want to be there for a certain, like, time of day because, you know, I don't know what's going to be going on late at night, what's going to be going on early. Just, it's easier to plan if you know, like, what things you're going to be missing. Do you see any Rousey cosplayers, and did you yell at them to put on the hat? No. They did have a Rousey cosplayer. They looked pretty good. Like, it was convincing. Like, that was all part of Tenna's TV time, and those were some good-ass cosplays. The Chris cosplay, I don't even know how they managed that. Like, their armor, like, had a hole in the back that looked like a rib cage. I was like, how did you do that? Trying to find the schedule. I'm just finding my phone. Fuck me. Their website's kind of ass. I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, the digital program, I've got it right here. Okay, so where was I? Okay. I am the slightest bit mad that I missed the creepypasta fandom panel in the morning. Like, there was no way I was gonna be there by 10, but... God damn it. That would've been cool. They did have, like, a good Jeff the Killer cosplayer. And there was, like, a drawing corner where you could draw stuff to put up on a wall. And I'm pretty sure I saw a Ben Drowned cosplayer there. Yeah, missed the opening ceremony, missed the art trade. Made it in time for the vanilla extract panel, where they also made, like, battery acid, the drink. And they did make the vanilla extract cake from the original poll, and they said it was just okay. They tested it, like, they ate the stuff in front of us, but they weren't allowed to give us the food. Next time I'm going to go, and if you're not going to be there, it'll be less awkward for me since I don't have to act like I don't know you. Hey man, if... It's a fun convention, but if it's in the same location that it is in next year, I'm not gonna go, because it's just unbelievably inconvenient. I know it's probably cheaper to host it outside of, like, the main downtown, but, like, fuck, there's nothing around the JCCC. There's nothing around it. It takes 40 minutes to get there by train from Union Station. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I missed the raccoon panel. I did make it to the OSP Joys of Overthinking. Yeah, that was, like, the idea. You want to, like, get deep into thinking about, like, characters and stuff. Why are people sending me messages? Better watch your stride, Jacob. Somebody anonymous has got it out for you. See, I'm not gonna post those anons, because, like, it is kind of rude. But, like... It's in the back rooms. It might as well be. Anyway. Here's where I get really, really mad. Get a hotel room, it'll probably be quicker. But it's not cheaper, though. That's the issue. Because this is on the long weekend. This is a long weekend convention, which means that, like, people are going to be traveling to the big city for various events, and every hotel room is going to be way more expensive. Also, there are not a lot of hotels that are very close to the JCCC. I checked. They're all at least, like, 20 minutes away. Anyway, because I was checking out the AMV contest, I didn't get into It's Easy to Sew, make a plush that's cute as a button, and I was pissed about that. Like, the reason why is because it was held in the smallest of the panel rooms, so you can only fit, like, maybe 20 to 30 people in there, but I'm so mad I didn't get to make a plushie. Anyway, I caught a bit of Dr. Miku's SCP Entity auction, which was just, like, a little bit confusing. Like, just kind of like a not great skit. And before she puts the hotel bill on her wish list, hey, you could always fund me. Let's see. I spent a lot of time in the dealer's hall. Yeah, caught the Renaissance of Haruhi Suzumiya. I was gonna go to the Omegaverse panel, but instead I decided to go to the charity raffle results and the beheading. That was great. Great beheading. I didn't win anything in the raffle, which is unfortunate. What plushie would you have made? I don't know, just like... I saw some people, like, sewing theirs afterwards. They were just, like, little tiny circles. But I wanted to go to the panel. I'm mad that I missed it. There were some plushies in the dealer's hall, but I didn't buy those. It's a bit of a pain to get home. Like to know the problem they have with me? I don't know. I think they just think you're annoying. That's none of my business, though. They just send me these things. And then, 8:30, starting to get anxious about heading back home. I did manage to catch all of the payment processors and censorship panel. Had to get carded on the way in, though. But yeah, I learned some interesting stuff there. The person hosting it was an erotic writer who didn't get kicked off of PayPal, but got kicked off of Patreon because of the hypnosis stuff, specifically. Which sucks ass. And they talked about how they're on a different platform where they make, like, way less money. I think they said they moved to Subscribestar, and the issue that they had was Subscribestar only pays out when you get to $150 a month. Like, when you have, like, $150 saved up in their account, that's when they'll pay out to you. But Patreon will pay out regardless, so... yeah, a bit of a shit show. As I was running out of the building, I heard the sea shanty sing-along, but didn't participate in that, and yeah. That's when I went home. I did miss... Subscribestar is better about that kind of stuff, yeah, but, like, obviously there are certain restrictions. Anyway, yeah, then I went home... managed to catch the bus on time, which was a fucking miracle because the direct path to the bus station was blocked off. I had to run across 4 lanes of traffic just to get there. It's a good thing I was early. Anyway, I didn't stay for Sunday, but Sunday was a limited short day. No tales. No thank you. Don't go telling any tales. That's not what my chat is for. We're here to discuss Dashcon. Don't get into all that. Anyway. So the Sunday was like a half day. It ended at 5, which is pretty early, but I suppose that's so people have time to get to their trains. Because the last train comes at like 5:30. It's ridiculous. And yeah, so the Sunday panels, that's like 10 to 5. And they did vanilla extract a second time, I guess for anybody who missed it the first. I am a little bit sad that I missed the Super Hulock wedding and the closing ceremony, and the dance party, obviously. I think I would have liked to see the corporate furry ranking. That would have been funny. And... well, Dash stock, I wouldn't have gone to that because I don't care about Homestuck. But yeah, I felt like I could afford to miss Sunday. Obviously, that was this schedule came out after I only bought for Saturday, but like, you know. Okay. Yeah, so that was that. It's a very small convention, so obviously you run into the same people over and over again, and they didn't have many panels, so Yeah. I guess they're probably not going to switch locations next year because, like, they were barely using half of the building for the convention. Like, the Japanese Canadian Cultural Center has, like, a lot of rooms going on. I don't know what they're doing in there, but yeah. Highlights Sparkle got a home invaded by partygoers. Oh, yeah. I did see that panel. I felt it would have been depressing, though. I didn't make it to the Crow Exchange. Maybe I should have gone. I don't know. What else is in here? Oh yeah, they had photo shoots in the Heritage Gardens, which is, it's not really so much a garden as it is just like one tiny ass area outside. They had meet and greets with Strange Aeons and like a few other creators, but I didn't know any of them, so. And on Sunday they had the OSP meet and greets, but I went to their panel, so. Meet furries every time you go to a con. That's probably not that hard to manage. Yeah, so they did have a charity raffle. Didn't win anything. Oh yeah, Spiders Georg. There was a cosplayer playing. There was a cosplayer cosplaying Spiders Georg. You, it was kind of like a vague cosplay. We could tell because he was wearing like stereotypical pajamas and they had like fake plastic spiders all over it. Good bit. That was a good bit. Yeah, I didn't win a genuine Dashcon 2 ball pit signed by one of the guests. I didn't win the head of whoever they guillotined. Yeah, the guy who is an outlier and should not have been counted because he eats too many spiders. Oh yeah, they had a snack stand in the building, which is a good choice because there's fuck all places to get food anywhere near the place. And they had mac and cheese and lasagna for the meals, and that was like fine. It's like whatever. They also had some decent baked goods there. They were okay. Ate some of those. And yeah, that was Dashcon. I was there. I did that shit. Hashtag I was there. Hashtag fake was there. Hashtag I did that shit. Anyway. Wow, I managed to talk about Dashcon for an hour. Hashtag fake was there, and nobody even noticed me. Like, yeah, I could find it in myself to be, like, a little bit concerned that somebody's gonna, like, dox me or, like, find me in the crowd, but fuck it, whatever. Last day of college, I was meant to ask this girl, like, for her number. Oh, you're gonna regret that when you get back in September and it turns out she's switched schools. I'm just saying it could happen. Should have done it, man. Should have done it. Should have did that shit. Hashtag you didn't do that shit. Hear about endophobia? No, I don't know what that is. I didn't get to do any Nyang at Dashcon, so I'm kind of stored up. Hashtag regret. Hashtag hell is a teenage girl. Like, I must be from, like, 2013 or something. I just cannot stop myself from saying hashtag in front of words. Do I have a favorite game? It might be Hollow Knight. I got a Hollow Knight sticker sheet. Yay. It's very cute. Indicopia finally got released. This one about the boy with the baseball cap. That doesn't really narrow it down. I'm tired. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that I got home at like 3 a.m.? It's you know what? I'm not usually one to order a taxi cab, but I knew I'd be dead on my feet. There was no way I could walk home from the bus station. So yes, I was hashtag tired. I'm still hashtag tired. So I was like on the bus and I'm just like on this particular taxi cab's website. I'm like, please just order the taxi for me to meet me at the bus stop. That was the initial plan, yes. But I didn't expect it to be so hard to sleep on the bus because the fucking headrests are made out of rocks. Hashtag fuck with me. It's about a white boy with blue eyes and a blue shirt, and the whole game looks like a 90s screensaver. Ah, fucking white boys. Anyway, yeah, so I'm looking up, like, there are a few, like, there are, like, options for taxis you could get. All of them have, like, really shit reviews. And the one I picked was, like, 3 stars. And I was like, well, you know, people are always mad at taxis for, like, costing too much. Or, whatever. It's probably fine. So then I get in the taxi cab. He was waiting there for me. Like, he literally called me while I was still on the bus, and I was like, bro, I ordered this taxi cab for 5 minutes from now. Why are you calling me right now? I literally said I wasn't going to be there until this time that I selected on your website. And I was like, yeah, I'm on the bus. I'm going to get off and, like, be there in 2 seconds, whatever. So anyway, I get in the cab. That's fine. And I'm like, yeah, so I'm going to my home. And he's like, okay. But in the back seat of the car, in the back seat of the taxied cab, they got a tablet screen there. And it's fucking stupid. Just sitting on, like, just, it's on the back of, hold on. I'm like annoyed. I'm looking at my pose and like the catch. It's like it's annoying me. I'm gonna change my pose. It's just bugging me. Anyway, where was I? Oh my god, I'm so fucking tiny. Ignore that. Okay, anyway. Why am I so fucking small? There, okay, anyway. Okay, so I'm like, I'm in the back seat of the taxi. Found some pics of TV time on Tumblr. Oh yeah, they're incredible. Like, straight up great cosplays. I know they did do like a human Susie, but they still got like the skin tone right. That was pretty good. Anyway, I get in the back of the taxi, and there's on the back seat, not on the back seat, like on the passenger seat in the front, on the back of it, there's a tablet attached to it, and it tells you the trip you're taking, it tells you where you're going, and you're supposed to like tap around and like explore your journey. I didn't want to fuck with it because, like, it's 3 a.m. I'm fucking tired. And I'm looking out the window, and then I noticed the thing's fucking playing ads. Like, it's playing ads for the taxi company and for the payment processor that the taxi company uses. I'm so fucking furious about it. I'm just like, are you serious? I'm sitting here, I'm already paying to be in here, and you're making me watch ads for your shit while I'm just trying to get home? Infuriating. I still tip the guy, though, because, like, it's gotta be hard driving people around at 3 a.m. You know, like, you not only work a night shift, you gotta drive. That fucking sucks. Anyway, that was, like, a hashtag annoying. What's a duende? Yeah, so that was that. This is like legitimately, I hate taking taxis. It's like why I was like I could maybe walk home. It's only like an hour. It's like an evil Mexican gnome. God damn. How could this have happened? Anyway, I don't like taking taxis. None of the buses are running because it's fucking 3 a.m. But if I had been in Toronto, they probably still wouldn't be running. They don't run that late, even in the city. But what if they did? You know, there's always that bit in like manga where they're like, oh, we didn't make the last train, we gotta stay at a love hotel. Still hear how painfully white she is? Hey, speaking of my whiteness, when I was editing my face over myself in the Dashcon ball pit, couldn't help but notice that I'm so white that I'm not even that white. It's just, I feel dishonest. Look at my arms. They're noticeably darker than my face. I'm not this pale. I'm lying to everyone. I've whitewashed myself and I'm already white. I gotta give my model a tan. This isn't correct. I need it to be accurate to reality. With the purple hair and all. Just pop up and stream and I'm confused. What's there to not understand? I'm literally not this white. Been applying to jobs and there was a lab technician role that wanted me to work 6 a.m. to 2. I had a job like that once when I was working in the prison. They're like, yeah, the hours are 7 to 3. And I was like, well, I'll do it, but what the fuck? It's terrible waking up that early, but you get home so early too. It's also convenient. It's very nice. That was not a great summer for me though. Just on my lunch break, just walking around, just playing Pokemon Go. Not allowed to bring your phone into a prison. I had to leave it in my car. It's pretty common for VTubers to portray themselves as fairer than they really are. We have to stop this. Like, I know it's common, but, like, I feel like that is, like, racial. Like, maybe not racist, but, like, there's some elements at play here. I mean, to be fair, I just kind of stuck with what the default skin tone was in V-Roid Studio and, like, didn't really bother to change it, so that's on me. Probably should have paid more attention. I just looked at it and I was like, yeah, that's what I look like, whatever. Yeah, it's some colorism. I think that would destroy me, especially for a first job. I mean, it's better than working nights. Like, yeah, you gotta wake up at like 5, maybe. Which sucks ass, but working overnight might suck worse. How was Dashcon? It was good, but I'm tired. I already talked about it for like an hour. Trying to remember all the cosplayers I saw there. It's actually really hard to only slightly darken your skin in Vroid. It's way too easy to change your skin to straight up alien colors. Yeah. I mean, you can change it to whatever skin tone you like, which is any color you like. But the real issue is that, like, it's kind of hard to... Oh, thank you, TJ Tharp, for being a real fager for 49 months. Thank you. Do I miss my old job? Not particularly. I mean... Being a night cleaner was, like, fine. But it wasn't something I wanted to do forever. So that's just super tiring. Once COVID kicked off, it made it really hard to live my life. I'll say that in particular, the issue with working night shift after COVID happened is that nothing's 24 hours anymore. There used to be like a 24-hour grocery store that was kind of close to my workplace, but after COVID happened, they started limiting their hours, and they've never gone back to 24. So, like, my thing was, when I got home from my night shift, I would go to bed immediately because I was so tired. And... like, if maybe I wanted to buy food on the way home so I could have it when I woke up, there were, like, no options other than shitty convenience stores. It really negatively impacted my health, and not just because I was up all night. So yeah, I might be willing to go back to night shift work if any place was open 24 hours, but they're just not. Anyway, yeah, it can be hard to find, like, accurate skin colors in like, any color picker. So I found, like, images like the skin cloud to be so helpful. But still, I don't know. Used to just get fast food when I worked overnight. Yeah, it's just... Plus... working overnight was really hard on my stomach. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's like I'm not good with, like, regular eating in general, but whenever I would, like, bring a lunch, because, like, I'm working overnight, I'm gonna get hungry, obviously, so I'll bring a lunch to have on my break. But whenever I would, like, bring a sandwich, I eat the sandwich. After I'd have the sandwich, I'd, like, get terrible stomach pains because, like, I wasn't used to eating at late at night. So then to stop the stomach pains, I just, like, would bring snacks. But then I'd be hungry all night because it's like I'm just eating snacks and not, like, a real meal. But if I eat a full real meal, it's gonna make me sick. So that was very inconvenient and tough to deal with. I also stole food from people. People leave, like, their leftover donuts in, like, conference rooms and such, and I was like, well, these are mine now. Mods cancel her. I also stole sodas the people left behind in their offices, like in the fridges. Because nobody was in there for, like, a year and a half. I was just like, well, nobody's gonna notice if I take a soda out of the fridge. Just casually say that like it's normal. Oh, we were absolutely not supposed to take shit. Like, they were specifically like, do not take shit. I still took shit, whatever. They paid me minimum wage. I mean, it's just like a soda. It's not like they were good. They were sitting there for like a year. You didn't say it's been there for a year. Well, the sodas were. The food, sometimes people, like, would have, like, smaller things going on there. Like, they would leave food in, like, various places, and I'd just be like, well, clearly nobody's coming back for this because this is a public area. So I'm taking it. He's getting crazy here in the States again. Yeah, man, I know. They never stop. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about me and my cuteness. Yeah. It's my frickin' day off. That's still kind of cleanup, just doing your job. Yeah, just doing my job. Also doing my job when I took that printer paper. It wasn't a lot of printer paper, I just needed a couple pages. Nobody noticed. Like, has no empathy for Americans? I do, but I have to hear about you guys all day, every day. Like, fuck. I know. I go on Tumblr, I see what you guys are doing down there. Everybody's shitting themselves. It fucking sucks. Actually, you know what? I watched Internet Today and they're just like, yeah, everybody's shitting themselves because of the poisoned lettuce. But people are just shitting themselves in general in a lot of different places. Just apparently, it's become the hot new trend to wear, like, adult diapers to concerts, or just, like, I don't know if they were true or not, but they kept, like, reporting on stories that were like, yep, this person just shat themselves at a concert and just didn't do anything. They just stayed there. Like, what the fuck? Starting to think electing a reality show businessman might have been a bad idea. God. Yeah, that one guy, Mr. Gigi, he had a good point. Like, whenever you watch something, like, really old and somebody mentions Donald Trump, it feels like it's been deep faked in. It's like, nah, he was there. Ugh, it sucks. I want to check your sources on that one. I mean, what is her name? Olivia Rodrigo. She was like, yeah, sometimes I can smell the crowd. Like, the people up front smell like shit. Which could just be, like, general schnastiness and body odor. But it does seem to me like there are a lot of stories being reported of people just, like, shitting at concerts. I mean, it's not like this is a new phenomenon. They did mention in the video that, like, people do that to be in New York Times Square. They don't want to lose their spots, so they have diapers and stuff. Mr. Beast, we snuck Miralax into the drinks of half the people in the stadium. Yeah. It's not as though they're stuck there. They can just leave and go to the bathroom. They just don't want to lose their spot. Look up the Michigan Democratic primary. Why would I want to do that? I don't even live there. Like, I understand American politics affects the entire world, but, like, fuck, I don't need to be looking up random states' Democratic primaries. Fuck. I got other shit to do, man. People love to not wear deodorant. Does anybody find that deodorant wears off, like, way too fast? Like, I started using, like, roll-on deodorant, which I think lasts a lot longer, but that shit does not last all day. It's a problem. I couldn't tell you where Michigan is. I know where it is. It's next door. I mean, like, in general, I know full body deodorants are like trying to make a thing of themselves, but if you're in a huge crowd in the heat, you're not going to be able to avoid like a bit of crowd stank. That's just going to happen. Like, people get sweaty. I'm hearing a yeah. The powers that yeah. Using hand wipes on your pits. Huh, okay. Like, I've heard all the tips for people who like can't or like are too depressed to shower, and they're like, yeah, use dry shampoo, uh, uh, baby wipes, just like wipe your body down. I gotta be honest, that dry shampoo shit does not degrease your hair. It really does not. I dare people have bodily functions that ick me. I mean, if you're in a crowd, just like try to be a little bit considerate. That's all I'll say. Michigan Democratic primary will determine the fate of the Middle East. I fucking doubt that. I always wonder how Canadians feel about the looming shadow of America. Looming? Brother, like... Look, I don't want to be, like, too frank about this because most of my viewers are Americans. This is true. But, I'll be quite truly honest. For most of my life, like the early part of my life, I just kind of hated Americans. Because all you ever hear about it, at least when I was growing up, was just bad news coming from the States. So, like, oh yeah, it's just like, they're doing wars and shit. Being homophobic down there. And I'm not saying that Canada's much better, but you hear the news about America, you see how Canadians are portrayed on American TV, and you kind of start to not like Americans so much. So, that's a thing. Of course, I've matured, I've grown, I understand, like, the American people, like, they're not their government. There are plenty of Americans that are, like, very, very good, nice people. But you guys did vote in Trump a second time. So I think it is fair to say that there is at least a significant portion of Americans that I straight up fucking hate immensely. Like, I'm just I'll say that, you know? It's just it it would not be absurd to say that a good portion of the American populace are bigoted fools. I'll just say that. I'm not going to say Canada's any better in that regard, but, you know, given the choice between Carney, who does suck, and Pierre, kind of made the right choice. Sorry, just a little bit furious. You know, we did have that. They keep, like, threatening to do sanctions and, like, you know, tariffs and such. Albertans fucking suck, too. I'll give you that. Alberta, Nicole Smith, fuck her. But we don't need to talk about politics too much. It's just, you know, the tariffs that piss me off. And American government being like, you know, these Canadian wildfires are affecting us down here, so we're going to do, like, sanctions and stuff because you haven't dealt with the problem. And that is true. Our government has not dealt with the problem of, like, wildfires every summer, and they should. There should be preventative action taken for this. But if we're going to talk about one country's actions affecting people over the border, yeah, let's take a little look at what's going on down south, shall we? Oh, they piss me off. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm real fucking mad about that. Yeah, man. It's just look inward. Look a little bit inward first. Yeah, have you thought about that? Yeah? We ran out of music. I got so mad that I killed music forever. It's okay, it's back. What about the new Canadian USA bridge? I'm out of the loop on that one. I mean, most of our crossing ways to the US are bridges, I think. How many Spamptons did you see at Dashcon? I think I only saw the one. And there's definitely somebody in like a Spampton, like, you know, he's wearing like the TV Time suit from like all the fan art. I did see a couple of Spamptons. I don't want to be mean about this, because like it is genuinely hard to make good cosplays, but you got like the really great Tenna cosplay with like the facial features that could like be like removed. They took them on and off during the performance, which was very great. Like the fact that they thought to do that at all is kind of genius. And then there was like another person dressed up as Tenna who like obviously had like a way shittier mask and like a not as good suit, and it's just like you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. Did any of the Tennas have a flower coming out of the nose? I didn't see that, but I wouldn't be surprised if like they were able to switch the nose out and like just have a flower. We have TV at home. I was thinking of playing the Oberdin, like finishing it up. I'd have to rerun through everything though, because I've forgotten like everything that happened. You mentioned Artist Alley yet? Yes, I did, and how it was closed for 2 fucking hours. But yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff there. I didn't buy the art print of Nanao and P-Jack going on a walk together, but live and learn. I just don't think I would have had a place for it in my room. Did you see common side effects? No. Why are you asking me about random TV shows? Next stream starts with you rewatching your last stream. It's like, okay, how did that guy die? Okay. Can I say something like really fucking crazy that somebody else probably already did already, because it's not that unique of an idea. I just couple nights after I played Return of the Oberdin, I was like half asleep. This is after I'd read like a particularly smutty doujin. You can probably guess where I'm going with this. You know how the Oberdin is like, you go back to like the moment before a character died, right? What if it was that, but like okay, so the idea was you have to piece together the story of how this really wild orgy happened. So instead of it going back to the time just before somebody died, it goes back to the time before they experienced the little death. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I was half asleep. The idea was like floating around in my head, just like it was like sort of a half dream I was stuck in, where it was just like the Obra Dinn, but like a porno parody. And then I woke up and I was just laughing my ass off. Cause like, what if? It wouldn't be impossible to do that format. It would just be like a porn parody. Instead of the return of the Obra Dinn, it's the coming of the Obra Dinn. Return of the Orgy Dinn. No, wait, that's better. Not safe for work audio when. That's the thing. It wouldn't really work in an audio medium, though. Somebody's fucked this body. Oh my god. Whew. Somebody get Hideo Kojima on the phone. I mean, it's true, a lot of, like, porno games, they're all just, like, visual novels, right? Most of them don't involve any real gameplay. Unless they're the ones where you just, like, play Brick Breaker to unveil a smutty photo. So I'm just saying, it's a little bit of mystery and intrigue, like... There's sex in the game, but ultimately, you're trying to figure out the mystery of how this orgy came to be. Actually, you know what? I could even write the plot for it right now. Okay. You're not like an investigator, like an insurance person. The plot is that all these people were sent out on this boat to film a porno, and then something happened, and now the boat's back, but all the people are gone, and instead of trying to figure out where they went, you're trying to find the footage. Because that was a very expensive porno shoot, and if you don't get the footage, all that money's gonna be wasted, right? So you gotta follow, like, back the storyline of all the different people who were in the orgy, and eventually you'll find out where the camera is with the footage, so that you can sell the porno. And over the course of the story, you also find out there was eldritch shit going on, but they didn't, like, kill anybody, they just got in on the orgy, too. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop talking about this. Detective drags finger along the table, tastes something, just as I suspected. Pineapple juice. I'm sorry, this is not an idea that I can create myself. You know, like, I wouldn't be able to, like, make this as an audio unless I had the help of several other creators. And at that point, it would just be, like, a Gone Wild audio collaboration. And I don't have the programming skills to make it into a game, so it's just a porno parody that exists in my head. Just pitch it to Ambi. Does Ambi make not safe for work audios? I'm not subbed to her Patreon. She'll help make a 90-minute masterpiece. I don't think it's possible. Well, you know what, actually, she has such great work with, like, sound effects, she'd def be able to handle, like, the pocket watch sound. It's like, oh yes, we're going back in time to the point before this person jizzed. Decent social commentary on exploitation in the industry, A24's first game. Yeah. Like, you find out through the story that, like, everybody involved in the orgy is only, like, in the porno business because they were suffering financially. And in the end, they decided to, like, go live with the eldritch beings that, like, showed up to the orgy. Because it'd be a better life than, like, the one they're living in capitalism. I gotta stop. I gotta fucking stop. It's so funny, though. Almost everyone in every business is there for financial reasons. Yeah, but, like, I'm thinking they're, like, close to poverty. Because even though they're getting paid for the porno, it's not gonna be enough money. The eldritch beings need to be weirdly hot. It's the crab riders. Like, I'm sorry, the dudes on the crabs can kind of get it. Just don't involve the crabs. It's kind of dangerous. You don't want them snipping off anybody's dongs. Anyway. Just the crab people from South Park. You know, I watched The Odyssey yesterday, and I was thinking about it. The way they brought up sea peoples, I was afraid they were going to try to go for, like, a sequel hook. Because, you know, I don't think that's ever mentioned in the Odyssey itself, but sea peoples is, like, that's a historical thing. Like, people from the sea showed up, fucked up a lot of people's shit. And, like, the way they were brought up in the Odyssey, I was like, is he trying to, like, sequel bait? Way too many sea people references. Yeah, just... I guess you need there to be, like, some sort of looming threat to, like, make the story work a little bit better, but, yeah. The Greek mythological cinematic universe. I mean, he could do Troy. He kind of already did Troy, like, just a little bit. Like, I'll be honest, the Trojan War is mostly boring. Like, until you get to the bit with the horse, it's just, like, dudes hanging out. Telemachus will return in Odyssey 2. I mean, the way Greek mythology is written, you can probably, like, follow the line of every single character in the story to, like, where they ended up later. Just, you know, it's the way that movies end now. Before, movies used to just cut to credits and that was it. Now they cut to the title. A movie will end and cut to the title, just in case you forgot it, I guess. And that kind of made me think, like, oh... will the wine dark sea return? But anyway, there were a few things with the Odyssey that, like, were odd. It's just, you know, it's the big name actors that's the problem. John Leguizamo, just I laughed when he showed up. I was like, John Leguizamo? Like, I know he's not Luigi anymore, but whenever he shows up somewhere, I'm just like, yeah, that's John Leguizamo, alright. He can't be anybody but John Leguizamo. Didn't even, like, try to fake a different accent. Just half the dialogue, I'm like, okay, these characters are, like, obviously affecting, like, a modern voice, so that's easier to follow. But then other times it's like, oh, they're talking with some gravitas. This feels like an actual epic, so... just the writing felt a little odd. Yeah, I didn't expect John Leguizamo, especially in, like, old age makeup. Just... I'm like, I know you're old, but you're still John Leguizamo. Iliad, Aeneid, and Odyssey are a cinematic universe. Yes, that is true. Well, I mean, they're an epic universe. That's already the name of something, isn't it? Is the Odyssey that movie that ruined a Viking ship during filming? Listen, there's been a lot of news that's come out after the fact of, like, all the controversies, like how they polluted the area they filmed in, they wrecked that boat. I think they, like, kind of wrecked up an actual, like, archaeological site. The plastic skeletons and shit, like, something like that. Honestly, not the most straightforward production. But I don't really care about that. It's like, the movie kept my attention. I definitely wasn't, like, waiting for it to be over. Like, those 3 hours is 3 hours long, but it doesn't feel like, you don't feel those 3 hours. You're just like, yeah, this is happening. I'm in the moment here. Agamemnon looked really stupid. He just... They were, like, trying to make him the Darth Vader of that show. Like... A lot of people were complaining about the costumes' historical inaccuracy. I thought the spine on the back of the helmet was, like, kinda cool, but he... When they opened the doors to Troy and he's just fucking standing there like Darth Vader, I was like, come on, man. The actors felt like they were on different pages. Yeah, kinda. I feel like Elliot Page was, like, taking it the most seriously, but he still didn't do that great of a job. Benny Safdie gave the worst performance. I don't know who that is. Get the spears. Yeah, seriously. What, like, I know they were trying to show that that guy's a coward. Forgive me if I forget some names. There's a lot of characters. But they're like, yeah, get the spears, get the swords, get the shield. Like... You're trying to show he's a coward who won't fight himself, but... Like... That ending fight went on for like 20 fucking minutes. It's like, yes. He spent 20 years getting back here. He doesn't have to fight off the suitors for 20 years, too. I made Batman movies. Was that a Batman reference? Yeah, I don't know. I just... Look, I haven't read The Odyssey, but I've had a couple recaps over the years. It's been a while. What was the bit with the Silver Warriors? In reference to the ending fight. Okay, it's been a while since I've seen the last Batman movies. Like... It was weird that a somewhat anti-war movie became John Wick at the end. Yeah, the man-eating giants. Yeah, that's what I thought that was. It's just... I guess I just, like, read a not too detailed summary, because... What was the bit about, like, the forest, like, shifting to, like, trap them? Was that in the story? I don't know, it just felt weird that they were all just, like, giant dudes in silver armor, and it kind of comes out of nowhere. But, I mean, it's an epic. The whole thing is, like, they just run around on a boat and then get into various scrape-ups when they land on various places. Kind of hard to make that a coherent story in a movie. And, like... Honestly, the narrative structure... If I didn't already know how the Odyssey goes, I feel like I would have been really confused. The Cersei scene with the pigs? I thought it was a bit much. I mean, she just turns them back kind of no prob, so I don't know why it was so laborious to, like, turn them into pigs. Of the Odyssey, but it's basically just, and then they went to the next island. I was saying that, like, a good portion of the movie is just Odysseus and his bros running back to the boats. Just, Cersei's island is pretty much the only one where they don't run back to the boats. Just, Cyclops, run back to the boats. Silver Giants, run back to the boats. Underworld, run back to the boats. It's a lot of running, yeah. Wish the whole movie felt like a horror. Yeah, you know, I think the Cersei scene with the pigs I feel like it was unnecessarily too long for the kind of movie that this is, but like I feel almost as though it was wasted on this movie, because that's a great body horror scene that really could have been saved for like any number of horror movies. I feel like it was a bit of a waste to like put that level of gratuity in this movie when I feel like it would have been better served in a horror movie. But yeah, limited CGI too. Limited? I mean, for the transformation scene, it did look very realistic. When the Cyclops showed up, I was like, oh good, they're keeping him in shadow so that you won't be able to see the CGI and it'll be more like mysterious. And then they just full on showed his ass. The giants were real too, goddamn. I figured it was just like one guy copied. Well, also, the thing about the Cyclops is like, I don't know, I think in the original story, like, he talks. The Cyclops was real aside from the CGI face. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. The compositing felt a little bit off. Forced perspective. Okay. I can respect that. The plotting felt a little bit weird. I guess it's because he doesn't talk until later. Just the fact that he immediately, like, chomps two of them and then goes to sleep and everyone's like, oh, he's just asleep now. Felt like a little quick. The Scylla monster? Which one's that? I got tired. The thing with a bunch of heads? Oh yeah. No, it was kind of hard to see what that was. They're just like, bro just came out of like a hole in the cliff. You know what did seem odd to me? Because I know it's like a classic bit. I was like, oh, when are they going to get to the sirens? Like, I was excited to see that. So, he was warned about the sirens ahead of time, Natch, but, it just seemed, like, kind of random that Odysseus would be like, oh, I gotta hear what they singing about. Like, I know that's what happens in the original story, but he's just, like, passing out the wax, and he's like, oh, just tie me to the mast. And just, it seemed to come out of nowhere, like his sudden interest in being like, I gotta hear this song. It just seemed like an unnecessary risk to take. In the original story, they're not seducing, they're giving forbidden knowledge. I'm pretty sure that's... he described it kind of vaguely, but... he did say something like that. They weren't, like, seducing him, they were just, like, singing things that, like, torment you or something, I don't know. They were probably just singing, like, Odysseus, this was all kind of avoidable. Suddenly I'm very tired. This whole war was kind of your fault. Like, Odysseus, why did... Okay, the fucking horse. Like... I know, like, the wooden horse on wheels that looks kind of shitty probably wouldn't have, like, looked very good in this movie, but the fact that they built that whole ass horse and then, like, buried it halfway in the sand, why did that happen? Oh, Alpha Dragon. I had fun at the convention. I think Nolan was going for a random events feel that older myth adaptations did. I mean, I think that's why the story was told, like, so out of order. It's just like, yeah, then this happened. And maybe this happened. Also, he was eating lotuses at the time. Understanding of the story came from the musical, and that he plugs his ears but reads their lips to learn that Scylla's lair was their only way home. Huh. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. He got the info from the dude in the underworld. I mean, canonically, regardless, he listens to the siren song. Did they do bird sirens or fish sirens? You can't really see them, they're in the distance. They're probably supposed to be like mermaids or some shit. I don't know. Trying to remember what I was gonna say. I've forgotten it. Dang it. Oh no, wait, the horse, right. Like, I understand they left the horse behind. It just looks like a regular ass horse. And I feel like the horse that they built would have been, like, really difficult for them to make with the materials that they had on the beach. And yeah, like the fact that it looks like a horse, like, on its hind legs, like, all fancy. It's like got a counterweight in the tail. I feel like that would have been really hard for them to make, like, just out there. That might have been difficult. But what's even more confusing is why it was buried in the sand. Like, I guess maybe it must have sunk over, like, it must have sunk over the days, maybe, but why would you put it there? Like, the plan was for them to bring it into the city. Why wouldn't you, like, put it a little bit closer? Also, that thing makes a shit popcorn bucket. I didn't use it myself, but $60 for one of them? We need to make this the fanciest horse possible. I mean, I guess it was to convince them to put them up at, like, Athena's temple, but still, you didn't have to put that much work into it. How you get popcorn buckets over there? Oh, yeah. It's like the popcorn bucket is just like the hatch opens on the front, like in the movie, and that's where the popcorn is, but that doesn't look like it would hold very much popcorn at all. Apparently the thing is huge. Like, I saw a picture of it, like somebody holding it. It's fucking huge. But that seems extremely inconvenient as a popcorn bucket. These limited edition popcorn buckets, like, is that really what they're doing? To, like, drive people to go to the theater? Or, like, try to make money from people who won't? Just limited edition popcorn buckets? You can resell them on eBay. They're $60. See the Supergirl popcorn bucket? It was apparently Lobo's bike. It looks like you're eating out of a shoe. Jesus. You know, back in my day, official popcorn buckets were just a bucket of popcorn with characters printed on the bucket. Isn't that crazy? Pretty sure we have one of those for like Toy Story 2 or something. It's just a reusable popcorn bucket. It's circular, you know? I mean, some of these, how do you even wash them? Like, you're putting the popcorn inside of a horse. There's no way you're gonna be able to get that clean. God forbid you want, like, toppings on it. Jesus. There. I've sneezed out my brains. Oh no. Thank you for blessings. Get a cardboard cup. I don't eat popcorn, so yeah, saving money. Only use it once and it smells like crap, just like in the movie. Oh yeah, I didn't remember this from the original story. It might have been brought up or not, but the fact that like they were in the horse for so long, they were shitting and pissing on each other's heads, and I was like, that probably wouldn't have happened if you had left the horse sideways. And then they're fucking sneaking out of the horse in the middle of the night. And I couldn't help but think, man, the sacking of Troy, so dramatic, like a classic bit of mythology. Didn't realize they were doing that while they smelled like shit. Like, not only were they doing that while they smelled like shit, there were corpses in the bottom of that horse. People drowned in there. How come none of the Trojans noticed? Like, I understand it's back in the day. Getting yourself clean was not as easily accessible, but you'd think they would have noticed, like, hey, this tribute to Athena kind of smells like piss and shit and corpses. Of course, Odysseus gets to be at the top, but he didn't, though. There were literally feet around his head. Got a Claudette in the middle of the trailers? That sucks ass. No, but like, seriously. Here's an idea for how it should have ended, if they're still making videos. Just they'll like cut throughout the movie now and like do a bunch of various gags. How about during the bit where they jump out of the horse in the middle of the night and like sneak up on the guards, just before they get him, they're like, "What the fuck is that smell?" Hi, I'm worried about being a loser. I've so far lost 2 VTubers. Well, go look the last place you put them. Jeez. I can't help you find Melfina Chan or whoever the fuck you're looking for. I was a weird guy and they hate me. Well, don't be weird over here, too. You lose a third. This isn't my problem. I know what the big movie after the Odyssey is. Spider-Man. I was like kind of crazy. Like, Tom Holland's gotta be busy as fuck. He's in the Odyssey and in Spider-Man in the same week. Jesus. I know they don't get filmed at the same time, but still. Overexposed. What else was I thinking? You're all just too beautiful and I've never been the best at commenting. Oh, I'm sure that was it, man. You're way too beautiful, girl. That's why it'll never work. You'll have me suicidal, suicidal when you ban me from your Discord. We're both, this is a 10 out of 10 and this movie ruined the series. Oh, what was I gonna say? I keep forgetting. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I don't really understand the hype. Odyssey, like, well put together movie. Had some issues. I guess it's just because it's a Nolan movie and the last one he made was huge, but I don't get the hype. It's like, well, it's a movie based on an ancient Greek epic. Like, normally these things would, like, pass through the theaters with, like, barely a comment on them. I don't understand why it was so hyped. It was just, like, fine. Brother, not the time or place. I understand you're having a hard time, but I am just one random Canadian cat girl. I cannot help you with your mental health problems. Look, you shouldn't be pinning your hopes and dreams on VTubers anyway, because they're not real. Coxgun, you know? There are times where I'm like, I'm putting my hand over the mouse. I'm waiting. There are people that will just, like, ban the instant somebody mentions that in their chat, and I completely understand why. But me, I'm like, give it a minute. Think Digger will be a good movie? I have no idea what that is. Experienced a real movie set with the Odyssey and came back to Marvel set, was like, can we please plan shit out? But wasn't he the guy who kept getting in trouble because he kept, like, leaking spoilers? But, like, either way, I don't think it matters because, like, even if people were spoiled on Marvel movies, they'd still go to see the movie just to see if it were true. Never been in conflict with anybody. Hard to believe, but peace out, dude. Him explaining practical effects to that interviewer like he just saw his first magic show. Yeah, I guess his first major role was in Marvel. He's probably just used to everything being, like, green screened in. Digger is a 2-hour movie of Tom Cruise digging a hole to save the world after he put it in danger. That's all I know. Okay. So the movie's called Digger, huh? Look. I don't want to make any assumptions. Just gonna say, let's hope Tom Cruise doesn't have any slips of the tongue on the press tour. Because coming from him, I wouldn't even be surprised. Is he a lone digger? That's a good song. Thank you, Jonathan. I hope I grow large, too. Oh my god, I did it! I'm humongous! Holy shit! That's a cut off part of my body. Bad joke. You can only zoom in so far on a system animator. Spider-Man is probably the best thing Marvel made in like 10 years. Maybe. Don't they have like any smaller grade things that go on? Look, I'll be honest, I don't really follow them. Why do video player controls pop up? It's something that happens when you import your own poses. It seems to think it's like a GIF or something, so if I try to move it, like, the player pops up, but it doesn't actually do anything. It's not model controls. Let me take a look at it. Yeah, I can, it's like stop, play, pause. It's supposed to be like a static pose, so if I pause it, I can't move anymore. But I'm back. It's okay. Don't worry, guys. It was just for a minute. It's okay. I'm not dead or deceased. Everything's fine. Some avatars ask for it. Don't you be saying those words in front of me, man. I mean, I would say that you don't even have to leave, you just kind of have to shut up at that point. You know, just because, like, a woman is gorgeous doesn't mean she wants to hear all about how you really want to fuck her. Other mommy looks nuts. It was weird how they ran an ad for that in front of the Odyssey. Like, I know they run horror movie ads. It's just big because I guess the main actress is like somebody that people know. I don't know. Like, she's relatively well known. She's being in like a big horror movie. It's probably gonna make a lot of money, but it just seems odd for that to be in front of the Odyssey. I had already seen it though. I watched YMS react to it and talk about why it was kind of ass. I didn't catch that bit the first time I watched the trailer though, that she puts like half a centimeter of water in the pasta and that's why it burned. I was like, how do you burn pasta? Because she put no water in it. See the Clayface trailer? Fucking Batman extended universe with just the villains, like, just Gotham extended. How did you know? Never say these thoughts in front of everyone. Have limits, controls, restrictions, and a mind. What? Look, I'm just saying you got banned for telling a VTuber that she was, like, beautiful. You probably said some weird sex shit. I'm just gonna say it. Other mommy sounds like a character from a porn parody of Coraline. We can't go back to porn parodies. The Oprah did one is so fucking funny, though. It's just such a ludicrous way to do things. It's like, yeah, here's a ship where everybody died. Literally every single person. What if there was a porn parody of that? Old woman a few rows ahead of me said, I don't think I want to see that movie. Neither do I. I'm no longer in my watch every horror movie era. I used to watch all of them, but now I don't. I've seen some real stinkers over the years. I can promise you that other mommy movies can be real bad. Never say something that's direct to someone. Yeah, I get it, man. You didn't directly say, oh my god, you're so beautiful, I wanna fuck you. But you probably still said some, like, creep shit that was close enough, so you ate a ban. You can learn from this experience. Or you cannot. I can't tell you what to do, man. Still have to watch Obsession. Oh, that movie sounds too depressing for me. Yeah. Plus, like, I feel as though I'm gonna watch Obsession, look up what other people are saying about it, and get really fucking mad. Because there are definitely going to be people that are like, well, like, why wouldn't she go out with, like, the nice guy in the first place? Like, it's her fault this happened. The music run out? Ah, it's just quiet. Animal Crossing New Leaf. Already seen people who defended the guy. I mean, like, I guess you could say, like, he didn't know what was gonna happen, but still. You gonna see the Johnny Depp Christmas Carol movie? Boo. Oh, sorry. Boo. I forgot I was upside down. Fuck Johnny Depp. Also, they were like, it's being pitched as like a prequel to A Christmas Carol. The prequel to A Christmas Carol is in A Christmas Carol. It's like, what else are you gonna do? Like, we really don't need to see like more of his life, like being left alone at the school or breaking up with his girlfriend. Like, we don't need a more in-depth look at his downfall, because that's just what the fucking movie's about. That's what his story is. I don't hate church, I just don't want to be there. Nobody said you had to go to church. I would never advocate for church. Who was talking about church? I'm saying learn from these experiences. Internet already said the guy from Obsession was supposed to frame the wish in a way so that it affected him and not her. What? Okay, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't really qualify on this, but it does seem to me that like the story is he just wishes that the girl he likes him back, and that causes problems. Everything needs to be split into a marketable trilogy. I'll be honest, if I just watched a story of like Scrooge's downfall and it stops right before A Christmas Carol happens, I'd be pissed. That'd be the most depressing movie of all time. And then he became rich by being miserly and was an asshole to his subordinate. The end. Tiny Tim will return. Dude, I'm really, like, understanding why you got banned from those chats if this is, like, the casual conversation you make in people's live streams. Like, what? You just... Come on, man. You know you sound like a stereotype when you're like, nobody wants to hear compliments. Everybody gets mad when I compliment them. So I guess I just shouldn't bother. Like, yeah, I guess. Nobody's asking you to say these things. Like, you're uncomfortable around children because, like, maybe you look a certain way and you're worried that people are going to make assumptions about you. I understand that, you know? Like, people make assumptions based on the way I look, too. Not good ones. But just, like, these aren't things you bring up in conversation with random people you meet. Even if it is online. I never tell anyone this, but you just told me this! I never tell anyone these things I'm thinking, and then you come in here and you tell me. I'm still a real person even though I'm behind a screen, dude. I'm still real. Just because I use an avatar body doesn't mean I'm not a human. And you've still told me and everyone else here. You didn't have to say it. I never tell anyone this, he says, having been here for 5 minutes. Like, I'm trying not to rag on you because you seem like you're genuinely having a really hard time, but why do you keep doing it? You keep doing this shit, man. Stop stepping on the rake. Should have changed the wish so he became the person that the lady would want to date. I mean, yeah, but that's the whole point of the story. Like, it's a dude who wants just the easiest way to get a girl to like him, so he does bad shit because of that. Just looking for someone to tell these things to. A therapist, perhaps? I'm just a cat girl. Look, I'm sorry, but I really do think you should seek out better options because I am not a mental health professional. And even if I was, I'm not getting paid to help you. It's always so interesting when someone's like, they're like, please don't ban me. And I'm like, okay, well, I wasn't gonna because you're just here. And then they start talking, and I'm like, I kind of understand why I would want to ban you. Yeah, no, seriously, take a break from VTubers, man. I don't want to say touch grass, but like, maybe touch a library book. Go to the library. Libraries are great. Libraries are fantastic. They have great resources. You might even find like a social group there. They have like signs on bulletin boards there that can point you towards like local events and things. Libraries are great. Go to the library. Think I'll solve these issues at 20, perhaps, maybe? Brother, you're like a baby? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I guess you could only... I'm glad you're like a teenager, man, because you can't be acting like this shit when you're an adult, bro. But, like, seriously, like... You gotta solve that shit, bro. You're entering the real world. You're 17? Eef. Okay, you know what? Now I just kind of feel bad, because, like... I just kind of assumed you, like, knew what you were doing, but you're, like, in high school. Look, I apologize for not doing this sooner, but I'm just gonna kick you out, and, you deal with your own shit, because I'm not qualified for this. You're kind of too young for this anyway. And that's the end of that. It is all uphill from here. I do understand the difficulties of, like, feeling that way as a teenager. But I can't help you. You gotta get out of here. This is probably for the best. Yeah, maybe do consider therapy. I know it's expensive, but like, you can learn coping techniques. There is free advice available. Maybe speak to a guidance counselor because you're in high school. Just don't get hooked on VTubers. He's gonna go to another VTuber and complain there. I can't help him. I can't help him. I am just one cat girl, and I'm, like, mentally unwell myself. I shouldn't even be giving him advice. Mind if I give you a hug? You can't hug me, I'm a cat girl. I'm not fucking real. I'm fake. I'm literally fake. I want to pick on him even when I didn't know how old he was. Like, yeah, just... I get it. Teenagers have watched my stuff before, but it's like... It's kind of weird for me to be giving teenagers advice when I'm, like, not smart myself, so I just gotta cut him loose. Most VTubers have an 18+ rule, which might be why he's been banned by so many. Maybe. Never know. Are you late? Maybe. It's been 2.5 hours, Mr. Mystery. Were you watching The Odyssey? Yeah, anyway, back to our regularly scheduled fakery. Actually, pause on the fakery. I gotta stand up. Gotta go shit and fart and stuff. Gotta go get some water. It's been 2.5 hours. I need a break. I still haven't... okay, so... I was thinking of like trying out a free trial of Adobe Animate or like Adobe After Effects, something like that. Because I wanted to do... Where's my fucking logo? See, I wanted to do like my logo, but like have the stars swirl around the planet. But like... couldn't figure out how to do that. I wanted that to be my pause screen, but I can't figure out how to do it. Maybe I'll just hire somebody. Will the blinds be closed? I guess I could lower them while I'm on break. Adobe... Well, I don't know what other program to do it in. I tried doing it in Adobe Premiere. It did not work well. Miss Flash/Animate. Yeah. I gotta figure something out. It can't be that hard to just make these guys, like, smoothly circle around this. It can't be that difficult. I'll be back in, like, 4 minutes. Yeah. How do I turn my face off? I have so many sources. There we go. Okay. I'll be back in, like, 4 minutes. Oh my god, I'm back. What track is this? Bamboo Island, Skyward Sword. Anyway, where's my face? Where the fuck am I? Yeah. Oh my god, it was me. I was Nyang the whole time. Whew. Anyway, I gotta figure out how to animate my logo. I guess it's not gonna happen with Adobe products. That's fine. There might be ways to do it that are not, like, bad. We just don't know. Suddenly I'm very tired. Be back in 10 minutes. Wait, I don't need that. We don't need to know where you're going. I'm the streamer. I'm the only one anybody worries about. I think I'm gonna play Oberdin. I don't know. I have been thinking about it. I want to solve the mystery. I want to solve the mystery. You know what I mean? I want to solve the mystery. I'm off to solve the mystery. Oh my fucking god, I'm humongous. Anyway. Let's just, where am I? Oh! I'm so short! That's not right. Why am I short? Why am I all the way over there? That's not correct. That's not accurate. Oh. Oh. What is happening to me? Oh. I'm here. So kawaii. Like. That was bad. Man. I've lost my ability to yeah. If I hadn't gotten that yeah disease, I could have gone state. Got sillier after coming back from shitting and farting. I know it's immature, but that phrase like always makes me laugh. Just shitting and farting. Okay. Anyway, I'm turning off the music. I wanna play Oberdin. I don't care if nobody's gonna watch. It doesn't matter. I do what I want. I'll play video games. And the video games. 'Cause I'm Video James. Ignore this. I'm reaching for my controller. Hope it's not out of batteries. Somebody might be texting me. The return of the Bober Bryn. Okay, it's up. Excellent style. And now I gotta find it here. Where is it? Beer. The Bober bin. Come on. Why isn't it working? Show it. Show the din. Oh my god, okay. You guys see that okay? Oh, so annoying. Bober bin. What the hell ever, man. Okay, okay, okay. I only solved 6 fates. Are there like 40 people? They got more people than the Odyssey. I don't even remember what happened. Oh my god, and it's raining and shit. Oh, fuck. Can I... Okay, that's the pause. I played this on the keyboard last time, didn't I? I don't know what that did. I guess the right bumper causes this. Hey man. Hey man. Back to the motion sickness game. RIP. Okay, 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 okay. There's a guy up here. And that guy got fucking ganked, man. That was brutal. What's the button for the book? Ah, it's Y. We're back. What happened? Some crazy shit. I've only solved 6 fates. It's not looking good. How do we flip the pages? Well, we'll start with something easy. Yeah, okay, so... Lim, we got her shit, man. There's, Okay, yeah, def. Oh, wrong guy? I thought that was the right guy. Was there another guy with like a similar name? I didn't get him right. I don't know where I fucked this up. Okay, well... That's definitely him. Did I get the guy who shot him wrong? Start with the end. Man, I guess. Go forward. We gotta work our way back. Okay, okay, okay. We're like not even close. Okay. We got the captain. We have no fucking clue who this guy is. Wait. Really? So that wasn't the gunner's mate? Was that the gunner? No, I thought we already got the gunner. Guys, I think I fucked up. Was that not the first mate? Was it the gunner? Oh no. I have no idea. Brother, I completely forgot everything. Bro was torn apart by a terrible beast. That did definitely happen. What memories was he in? Okay. Wait, he was there too. Oh. I was right about the first mate, okay. He was also there at the murder. Everybody was at the murder, though. Oh. Soldiers of the Sea. Oh, he was there also. Yeah. Yeah. Girl, I don't know. This game's so fucking hard. Right, and these two, there were like two brothers. Bro's got 4 memories going on. First memory was on 14. Ah, who the fuck? Yeah, dog. Enough. Seriously, so fucking irritating. Just like some days I'm like, yep, I'm pitching my phone across the room, enough. Let's see. It's your sister warning you about how the game is cursed. Oh my god. Okay, so he was there at the lightning strike. Def. Okay, got that. He's there then. He was there also. Okay. Guess that's it. He was there when those guys died. Okay, I'm gonna go peep when those two guys died. I think that was downstairs. Well, further downstairs. Right. Even further downstairs, maybe. If I get down there. No, wait, it wasn't here. See, everybody was sleeping. I think it was over this way. No? Ah, damn it, where was everybody? Don't think it was here. No, okay, I'm totally lost. Bitter cold. Okay. So it should be around here. I don't even know what deck I'm on. Whoop. Did you find out who fucked who yet? No, I can't even figure out where the fuck those guys died. Go back and try with the people in part 2. Man. What the fuck is in part 2? Okay, I'm trying to find them. The corpses move post-mortem. Yeah, okay, I nailed that. What the fuck else was there? I was in the surgeon's room. So where the hell is the surgeon's room? Okay. So it's one down. Don't know why I'm having such a hard time finding this. That's not it. Get the underside of the hammocks. Oh. 54? We don't have a 54. Well, Saeed's the one who died there. I can't fucking read that. Alright. Double check the tag. I mean, that guy's just got an X on his. Is that the same guy? Okay, yeah, so that guy is the same guy that died, because he caught it, right? Maybe X means dead. He was literally sitting in there. What? For some reason, this list just pisses me off. I can never find who I'm looking for. Okay. I'm getting annoyed. Just figure this out on my own. Starting to get a headache. We will never solve the mystery of the Bober bin. Part 1 or part 2? Part 2, but... Seriously. Yeah, okay, so that's when he died. We have him. That's Sayed. That shit was easy. Yeah, he succumbed to a tragic illness. Then the other guy, who was next to him, also succumbed to a tragic illness. I have no fucking clue who this guy is. Yeah, okay, so he was the guy sitting next to him. He caught his shit, he died. He was in loose cargo. That's the only other scene he's in? Jesus. Bro was not getting up to much. If I could just find Sad on this list. Ugh, I'm getting annoyed. Yeah, I can't do this. Where's the fucking exit? Ugh. Yeah. I thought I could waltz right back in and solve the fucking mystery, but apparently it is not that easy. Nori's going through the ship's register. Like, what's up with that? I wish I could just sort it fucking alphabetically. Anyway. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna eat something. Sleep. Whatever. Thank you all for watching my live stream and listen to me talk about Dashcon. Tomorrow we'll be back to work. A marathon stream? Not really. I'm tired. Alright, I'm gonna go. Thank you. Stream a different mystery game? No. I'll do what I want. Okay, goodbye. Yeah.